Hi, this is Keeping Your Sanity with Google Classroom. I'm Jill Owen, and here is my email address and my handle on Twitter. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about this video. So as a quick disclaimer, if your school does not use Google Apps for Education, you do not have access to Google Classroom. So I'm going to jump right into the demonstration. This is the dashboard on Google Classroom, and as you can see, I have several classes already created. If you would like to create a new class, you just click this plus sign at the top right hand corner and hit create class. I'm going to just call this sample class, and then I'm going to hit create. So Google Classroom will automatically pick a color scheme and a picture that shows up at the top of your class, but you can always go back in and change that later. Over here on the right hand side where it says select theme or upload photo, you also have 3 tabs at the top of your class. You have a stream, which is where all of your assignments, announcements, and questions will be posted. You also have a students tab where you can invite students via email, or you can view the access code that students can use to join your class themselves. I highly recommend using the access code rather than trying to invite via email. It's just a lot smoother and a lot easier for you as the teacher. If you get a class code that's hard to read, so for example, if it has an uppercase I or lowercase l, you can always just click the arrow here and reset your class code to something else. So you also have an About tab, and this tab is where you can enter some additional information about your class. You can include a room number, you can upload a syllabus or any other forms or anything that the students are going to need in order to participate in your class. You also have access to the calendar for this class, which is automatically generated based on the assignments that you post and the due dates that you've assigned to them. So I'm going to jump over to a class that is already created and already has some assignments posted. This is a sample class that I created for a conference. So you can see that I have several things already posted here. If you scroll all the way down, you will see the very first thing that I posted, which was a question. So in order to post a question, you go to the plus sign at the bottom and you click create question. This is a quick and easy way to get immediate student feedback. So this can be used as like a warm-up or an exit ticket. However you want to use it to get student feedback. There's not a lot that goes into it. So I might say, what is your favorite color? And I can choose the due date. I can also choose to add a time if I would like to. I can add some additional information or some instructions. I can choose whether or not this is a short answer question or a multiple choice. You also have a couple other options off to the side, so you can decide if the students can reply to each other's answers or if the students can go back and edit their answer later. Down here at the bottom, you can choose to ask the question immediately, or you can click the arrow to schedule or save this question as a draft, which is what I'm going to choose to do with this one. So as you go back to your stream, you can see that the next type of post I have here is an assignment, and you can see that by the little clipboard icon. So if you go over here to your plus sign again and click on create assignment, you can choose to add a title to your assignment. So I might just say sample, and then you can add some instructions. You also can again add a due date. And with any type of post that you put on Classroom, you can choose to upload a file from your computer. You can attach a file from Google Drive. You can attach a YouTube video, or you can attach a link. You also can choose to post this assignment for either just the one class that you're in, or you can select several classes where you want this assignment to appear. And again, you can choose to assign immediately, schedule, or save as a draft. So if you go back again to your stream, then the next type of post that I do not already have an example of is an announcement. And announcements are probably the simplest of all of the posts. Most of the time, I don't even choose to attach anything. You might just say test Thursday and post very quickly Just as a way to get a quick little announcement out there, the students will receive a notification every time you post anything to Google Classroom, so be careful that it's something that you really want to post right then before you hit the post button. Otherwise, I would recommend using the draft option. So another thing that you can do with assignments is if you attach, if you choose to attach something from your drive, then you have a couple different options that you can choose from. So the default is to just pull up all of your recent documents or anything that you've recently opened in Drive. And I'm just going to click this very first thing. And over here, I can choose to allow the students to view the file, allow the students to edit the file, or to make a copy for each student. So the make a copy option is always my go-to, because this means that the students will not be editing your original copy, and they also won't be able to see each other's work. So the make a copy for each student is always a good option. If you want them to be able to collaborate together as a group, then you would choose the option to allow students to edit the file. If you want them to only be able to view the document but not do anything else, then you can choose the view option. So if I go back to one of the assignments that these students completed, let's go to this one just as an example. I can click on the assignment and I can see that one student completed the assignment and one student did not. So it shows very clearly that this student returned the assignment, and here's her attached document right here. And then I can see that this student's assignment was late. She has not turned in her assignment yet. So on the left-hand side, I can see the grade that was assigned to the student that did turn in the work, and then I have no grade here for the student who has not turned in her assignment yet. So if it's past the due date and I've given her enough chances and I want to go ahead and enter a grade, I can enter the 0 and I can choose to return that to the assignment. It's going to tell me that this assignment has not yet been submitted by the student, but I still would like to assign that grade. I can add a private comment so the student knows why I assigned the grade that I did, and I can return that, and the student will receive an email saying that I have graded an assignment and I have added a comment. So while that is working, if you would like to view all of your grades or all of the grades for a specific assignment, you can go right over here to the right-hand side. You have a little gear icon, and you can choose to copy all your grades to Google Sheets. You can download all your grades as a CSV, which is going to open in an Excel file, or you can download just the grades for this assignment. So typically, I use the Google Sheets option, and it will copy all of the grades for all the assignments for that class into Google Sheets. So it's a quick way to just get all of your grades in one place. So if I go back to my main stream here, I can go to a question, which looks a little bit different from an assignment. On a question, I can see right here the answers that the students have given without having to open their attachments. I can again see that 2 students have completed the assignments and 0 students did not complete, so everybody's finished. And again, I can see the grades that were given. If I need to, I can go back and change those grades and return the assignment to the student. So it looks like my grades are coming up here, and so I can see the student's name, I can see their email address, I can see their overall average for the class, and I can see all of their individual grades for all the assignments in Classroom. So it's a really easy way to keep all of your classes organized. Again, please contact me if you have any questions at all about this presentation. You have my email address, my Twitter handle, and I've also included the link to my Google Sites that I use for all of my classes.